said in 2002.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the year 2002. How old were you?
2002, 19.
You were 19 years old.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically you was a young adolescent in the age of 2002. How old are you right now?
41.
You're 41. So, okay, I got you by 2 years. So that
Mm-hmm.
means I was 21. That's around the time when I started the transition too, right?
Okay.
So 2002, you're 19 years old.
Yeah.
You done did some stuff coming up. You were a bad kid. What hit you that made you go right instead of keep going left?
Well, that's a good question. I think, for me personally, I did what every young man should do. Whether you're in the streets or not, whether you're in the streets, whether you're in the military, you're in the workforce, not even a young man, every man, to be honest, you look at your life and you see where you're going to be at 4 or 5 years from now if I keep doing this. So I looked
Correct.
at my life at 19 and I realized my future was not bright at all. This is not working. This is leading me to a cycle of defeat. I kind of saw it right on the wall. So I saw at 19 that what I'm doing. Go ahead.
Was it a voice? Was it a voice that you heard, or you just knew at that age, or from some intuition, like, man, I'm 19, and you sitting there like this, or was somebody that could have been like a leader or a mentor that told you that unlocked something in your and got your brain to start really working like that, like, or was it just all you?
It's actually multiple factors, to be honest. It was God. I'll say that. It was my upbringing, looking at my environment, the way the Most High has made me. So, I'm a type of person, I've always been very observant. Always asked a lot of questions, even as a boy, and so I asked a lot of questions. I observed my environment and I can make assessments. And I kind of assess, okay, this is where I'm going if I continue to do this. One layer of that. Another layer of that, iron sharpens iron, men build men. So I wasn't the guy who didn't have men in my life. I had a grandfather. I had uncles. I had other people in the family, older cousins. So I had a lot of conversations with them in my family growing up. So it wasn't like, I think sometimes when people think about the streets, you assume that these are all guys who didn't have a father. Been in their family who showed them the way, but I wouldn't say you become a product of your environment. The energy is there as a young man, and you can decide to get involved. It's just that simple. So it wasn't like I became a product of my environment, because honestly, the truth is, I could have made different decisions as a teenager. I understand that. I constantly chose that. This was a path that I gravitated to, like so many men all across the country, not just Chicago and Baltimore, over in LA. The gang culture is a nationwide thing with young men. So gravitating to that, and I will say getting heavily involved. Without going into too many details, I'm the type of person, I'm 10 toes in, whatever I do. So I was involved. And and the level I was at is only could get worse. It's kind of like levels to every industry. And in the streets, there were levels. And I knew where I was at in the streets. If I would have continued, nothing but bad. And so I started writing the wall. I saw, okay, if I keep doing this, this is going to lead to a long prison sentence or being unalived.
At the age of 19,
Huh?
did you have any children?
No, fortunately, I didn't. I did not have any.
So it wasn't like see what we could, because we black men, we talking. What changed me was I had a daughter, actually.
Gotcha.
So when I seen my daughter come out, that's when I wanted to do different things and was like, nah, this ain't the way, right?
For sure.
But for us, like with you, because we focusing on you today, have you ever did any juvenile jail time?
Oh yeah, definitely. I went to juvenile when I was 16. So
How long did you stay?
Juvenile wasn't there long. I was what was called an AT case, automatic transfer. So when I was 16, I was involved in the streets. I went to the audio home, and take it back a year, show you how the streets work, and an insight into these young men's psychology. Because I look at them even now. A lot of these young men are very intelligent that we see out there in the streets. Because I was at 15, I was an honor roll student in high school, and at 16, I was involved in the streets. So sometimes there's this idea, notion that these are just these unintelligent young men. A lot of these guys are smart. right? And they get involved in the lifestyle for a number of reasons. So at 16, I was there for a couple of months, and at 17, I was transferred to 26 California County Jail.
So they shipped you from Chicago to California?
No, no, no. California, 26 California, that's the location in Chicago for the county jail.
That's another.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
26
okay.
California. If you say 26 California, everybody in Chicago knows what you're talking about.
Man, 26 California sound like that's something dangerous right
It
there,
is,
man.
brother. It's probably one of the worst. It's probably one of the worst jails in the country, be my guess.
And that's
One
a
of the worst
juvenile.
I was 17. 17.
17 years old.
Yeah.
So okay, now where is that? Where see what I'm trying to figure out is from you were young to 18, what were you going through to make that change? And you seeing what you were you was actually going through. So now let me ask you this:
For sure.
Why